This is Rob Tebbutt reporting for Boxing Social. I'm here at Mcguigan's gym today, delighted to be joined by the Tartan Tornado, Josh Taylor. How you doing, Josh?
I'm all good, yeah. Another interview with you, so it's all good.
Well, that's nice of you to say. Most people see me coming out like, oh no, not you again. Yeah,
I'm all looking at yeah, good, just nice and relaxed. Just back for physio. Back to doing a bit of physio after my first session there, so keep myself nice and loose.
Everything okay at home?
Everything's all good, yeah. Just a go over really, just a sort of MOT, you know, keeping everyone on the muscles loose, bit of a wee sports massage. So yeah, good, all good.
Good stuff. So yeah, a bit of a while since I caught up with you. I think I caught up with you before your last fight.
Yeah.
The last time I was speaking to you, you were about to fight Humberto Soto.
Yeah, that
didn't
was
quite work out.
Didn't quite work out. No, it was a bit of a disappointment, that fight, in terms of, well, everything really. Just in terms of pulling out and like 10 days to go, and then having to get different opponents, and then as soon as I hit the guy with a shot, first shot, sort of solid shot, he's just went in the shell and didn't want to know. So it was a bit frustrating, but what can you do? What can you do? It was onwards and upwards. I'd done what I had to do, and on to the next one.
And you seem to sort of, in such a short space of time, you've come up against a lot of different things for somebody with so few fights. Was having somebody pull out on 10 days notice, do you think in hindsight that might be of a benefit to you moving forward, having to deal with all of that aggro? I know it probably didn't feel like it at the time, but now do you think that maybe?
To be honest, at the time it didn't really bother me either. I just went back to the amateur days. Like, I just reverted back to the amateurs, where you don't know who you're going to box anyway until the day of the draw, and then you figure out who it is, and you might not have never seen them before or no footage of them. So you just go in and figure them out. So that's basically what I've done. I just used my amateur experience and worked to a fine.
It seems to be that very little gets under your skin, Josh. Is that right?
Not a lot, but in terms of training, I'm a bit of like, I like to get everything right. I've got to be on that. In terms of I get a bit annoyed at myself in the ring and doing the pads with Shane and all that sort of stuff. I get a bit annoyed with myself. Just need to relax a bit more. It's just because I want to be, you know, the best I can be, and sometimes I get a bit too eager to try too hard with things. I just need to relax a bit. But in terms of experience outside the ring and build up to big fights, nothing really phases me really. I just enjoy it. I'm enjoying the moment. I mean, I've trained. I'm doing what I love as for a living, so I'm just enjoying the moment.
Let's just go back to that a little bit, because I know you have, it seems like everybody I speak to who trains with Shane has like this really close bond with him and a really good connection. Obviously you're different to certain other fighters that he's trained. What do you think is important with that relationship with yourself and Shane? Obviously you've just mentioned that you're somewhat of a perfectionist. How does he sort of calm you down, as it were, or get you to focus?
Yeah, it's good at just taking his time. He doesn't get flustered with me when I get frustrated with myself and go in the pads or whatever. He keeps nice and calm. He knows how I tick. He knows, like, if he was to start getting fuck, come on, I'd start getting and then like, so he just relaxes. Come on, take your time, keep your shape and all that, and we work it out. So he knows how I tick. He knows how I operate. So that's very good. And I'll tell in the ring and stuff as well in fights. If I'm getting a bit frustrated, he knows how I work. So yeah, it's really good.
How important is that relationship that you have with Shane? Because I know it's not like that with every fighter and their trainer. Having somebody who you have, from what it sounds like, complete confidence in, that must give you such an extra push when you're getting into the ring, right? Yeah,
well, if you go into, I've had it before in the past as an amateur, when you go into the corner and you're with coaches that don't really know you, they don't really know how you work, don't know your strengths, don't know your weaknesses, and they're just giving you advice, and you're kind of like, you don't really listen to what they're saying, you just go on your own judgment and your own instinct. Whereas with Shane, I'm working with Shane all the time, you know, day in, day out, and he knows how I work, he knows how I think, and he knows my thought process, and he just knows what makes me tick, what things to say make me tick, what kind of things to say and the way to say it. You know, he knows how to deliver the message across. So yeah, it's good.
How long have you been working with Shane now?
I think it's just about 3 years, or over 3 years now. So yes, you can say we're definitely gelling. So yeah, we're definitely gelling now. We know each other quite well. So yeah, it's working really well.
Now, as I mentioned, in your relatively short professional career, you've come across quite big fights and you've been pushed along at quite a good rate, and obviously been working very hard in the gym. With that in mind, can you think of a specific moment where Shane has said something or done something that really stands out in your memory in either the build up to a fight, during a fight?
I'd say the lead up to the Hara fight was really good. He was really good at keeping my temperament well when because it was my first big fight. I really wanted to, impress and do well and that, and was really eager, getting all angry and tight. And he was good at just keeping me calm. Said a few things. Said, "If you're going to win this, just relax. You'll be better if you relax," and all that sort of stuff. And I can remember a couple of times actually during the fight, we never really said anything. We just sort of looked at each other and we were just kind of like there was like 1,000 words being spoken without being said. If you know what I mean, it was just a look. We were just like kind of clicked. We said something to each other at the same time. Like we just be a look, and we just clicked. So that kind of sticks out. Yeah.
Moving forward, true to form, you've not taken an easy test. Up next, general consensus is that you're in a very, very tough fight against Viktor Postol. Would you see it that way?
Yeah, definitely. He's had 30 fights and only been beaten once, and the only defeat is from Terence Crawford. So, and it was a points decision as well. So, I've definitely got a hard fight. It's definitely my hardest fight to date. Biggest fight in my career, biggest fight in my life. So, there's no shortage of motivation here. I just can't wait. I'm getting into training. I'm already doing 10 rounds punching, 11 rounds punching at a good pace. So I'm feeling really sharp already, and I'm up for this. I can't wait. I'm just getting so close to realising my dream now and becoming a world champion that I'm just want to get the head down and just work that wee bit harder and make myself a wee bit more determination, but get it in the teeth a bit more. So yeah, I can't wait. It's definitely a hard fight for me. Yeah.
Now, not that you've ever had it any other way, certainly in your professional career, but do you feel like you're the type of fighter who thrives off those challenges? As I say, you've had tough fights pretty much from the get-go. I mean, I know you fought Dave Ryan very early in your career. Do you feel like that kind of motivates you or concentrates you more so, or do you think that whoever you would have faced, you'd have been concentrated?
Yeah, I just think the big occasion. I think the bigger occasion, the more I enjoy it, the more I look up to it, and the more I want to impress on the big occasion. If I'm fighting, I don't know if I was fighting some Tom, Dick or Harry, I wouldn't be able to get up for it as much. Whereas because it's on the big stage and there's a lot at stake, I'm really pushing myself and training it all the time. So I just love being under the big bright lights and coming out to the crowd and the nerves of the feeling before the fight. I love it all. So I just, to answer your question, I just love it. I don't feel any pressure, to be honest. I just love it. Yeah.
Now, talking about the crowd,
it's an addiction. Yeah,
it sounds like it.
It's an addiction. Yeah, it's like there's nothing like it, and then to get that hand raised at the end of it, it's so sweet. There's nothing like it.
To me, I mean, I come from a performance background and sort of been in front of people and stuff, so I kind of get what you're saying in that regard of being in front of people and sort of the thrill of doing a job properly or doing a job and then the end, getting your hand raised, mine's slightly different. Returning to the Hydro, it seems like each time you now go back to Scotland, you're a bigger star.
Yeah.
The fights are getting bigger. Is there any pressure, or is there any moments where people will notice you, will recognise you, where the fights are starting to get bigger, where you do kind of stop and think about that?
No, really, no. It's not till really after the event. After it, I'm like after a couple of days after I sink in, I go, wow, I was part of that. That was huge. And then you get everybody coming up to you, and when you go out afterwards, when you go out with your mates or whatever, you get folk coming up to you to congratulate you on the fight, and everywhere you go, boxing clubs, boxing shows, and everybody congratulating you. Like, wow, I done that. That was great. What an achievement that was. That was absolutely brilliant. That was huge. But in the lead up to it, because you're so concentrated on the event, you don't really think about all the noise around about it. You're too focused on the job at hand, to be honest. So it's not till really after this fight, and I come out victorious. I'll take a couple of days after and be like, I'll just think about it. I'll watch it back and see all the messages on my social media and be like, wow, that was brilliant. It's an addiction. It's just like you're on such a high, and then for a couple of days after you're on a high, and then it's just like you're off a cliff. You get a bit of a down, you're like, whoa, it's like all the build up to it and all the noise and all the the hype and everything, and a couple of days after it, all the celebrations and everybody congratulating, and then nothing. You're like, boom. It's like coming off a cliff, so you're kind of like, after a week, you're like, oh, fuck, a bit bored, and like, when am I fighting again? It's mad. You go up, and then you're down, and then you're up again. It's like roller coaster feeling.
I think in any walk of life, really, without that kind of obsession, because that's what it's reading to me, that addiction, obsession, it's very tough to get to the top. So that sounds to me like that's kind of what's pushing you forward. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I mean, I want to be a world champion. So every fight I have is a step towards becoming a world champion. So every fight that I do, I need to win it to take me that step closer to becoming a world champion. So every fight's huge for me at this point in my career. Every fight's my world title fight. So I've got to think of it as my last fight. So that's why I'm always training so hard and trying to do the best and make sure that I'm in the best shape and all that before I even get in the ring. So there's no excuses, you know. So yeah. So I just, unless I have a bad night, and then I have a bad night, but hopefully that never happens.
Just going back to the reception and people coming up to you and congratulating you and things like that, can you remember the first time that ever happened?
Yeah, when I went to the youth games in India. It was in where was it again? Pune, India. How do you say it? I don't know how you pronounce it. Pune, Pune or something. I come away. I'd only been boxing like 2 or 3 years. I come away with a bronze medal, and I was pissed off, seriously pissed off, because I was winning the fight, and the fight got stopped because of a daft bleeding nose. But I was winning the fight. I was like 8 points up, and the referee stopped the fight just because I had a bleeding nose. I was absolutely fuming, and I come home with a bronze medal, and everybody at the gym and my mates and my family were all like, "Oh, that's brilliant! Like, you can really go far with this." This is when I started realising, oh, I'm pretty good at boxing. I'm going to take this as far as I can go. And then I started taking it serious after that.
Can you remember the first time somebody asked for a picture with you?
Yeah, probably after the Commonwealth Games. Yeah, after the Commonwealth Games, I come back with the silver, going to boxing shows and things like that, younger kids and all that sort of stuff in my local area and that as well, when they all congratulated me after it. So yeah, that was something new, and it was exciting and really nice. Yeah. What
was it like? Because I'm trying to imagine you sort of coming from the Commonwealth Games and somebody asking you, because you're a very level-headed person, very much down to earth. What was it like having somebody ask you?
Oh, I loved it. You know, I loved it. I was just like, oh, of course you can have a photo. That was so cheesy. I was disappointed at the time with getting the silver medal and that, but when I got piped along my home street, and big massive gathering, a crowd, the street was all bunting along the street and everything, and I was like. And I got my uncle got his out in his truck, and I got piped along my home street, and there was hundreds of people there, and they were asking for photos, and I was just like, wow, the support's been absolutely unbelievable. And then I realised that the achievement that I just done, and I was proud, super proud of it. So yeah, it's been really good that folk recognise me and support me. It's a really good feeling, yeah.
I mean, having that kind of experience when you're an amateur, does that kind of make you think now, or kind of push you forward now, thinking, when I become world champion, can you imagine what's going to happen? Does that sort of sit in your mind a little bit?
No, I didn't really think about that, no. But the experiences that I've had as an amateur, like going to the Commonwealth Games, going to the Olympics, and winning the Commonwealth Games in my home country, like that kind of pressure with the expectation of having to win the gold medal before I was even selected to go, the expectation of a whole nation, that sort of pressure is going to set me instead. For when I get to the big stage and the big occasions as a pro, I'll just go back to that, and I'll use them experiences to keep myself calm and focused. So, but apart from what you said, no, I don't feel any pressure or anything like that. No.
Back to the Postol fight. As I say, a lot of people, generally speaking, see this as a huge step up. Do you look at it that way? I
think it is, yeah. It certainly is, yeah. I think it would be daft to say that it wasn't. I mean, he's only had one defeat, and it was against Terence Crawford. Again, Terence Crawford, best fighter on the planet. So, for me to say no, it's not a big step up would be probably a bit naive to me to say that it's not a step up. I know it's a step up, but one that I'm fully confident that I'm going to come out on top of. One that I'm fully confident that I'm going to win. So, yeah, I know that's a massive step up, but at the same time, I know I'm going to win this. So. Yeah, fully focused.
without giving too much away, of course, I'm sure Shane would be very happy if you did. How do you assess Viktor Postol as a fighter? Obviously, he's got that Ukrainian. I was speaking to Jake, and he was saying it's quite stand-up-ish, like the old school European.
He's kind of like a European sort of amateur sort of style. He's upright. He's quite light on his feet. Pauses with his jab, and he sets you up with his backhand. He's got a good backhand. He leads you on, and he steps back and he brings uppercut in with his backhand and that sort of stuff. So he's sort of like a top amateur sort of style, and he's just took that style into the pros, and he's done great. He was world champion and things like that. So I'm going to be having to spar with a lot of good top amateurs. I'm going to bring for the next couple of weeks, bring a couple of top fast amateurs in, just to get my speed up and that time into that sort of jittery movement. But it's one that I think I'm going to be ready a couple of weeks to adjust to that amateur style again, and I'll be flying.
As you say, sort of readjusting to that amateur style. Do you think the fact that you were a successful amateur will prove sort of a positive in your favour when you're facing somebody like Postol? Sort of, do you have to kind of just think like, oh yeah, I kind of remember how we do that, or now you've ingrained yourself as a pro, you're sitting down on your shots a bit more? Does that sort of come into it? I mean, how do you approach it?
Sitting down on my shots a bit, but my feet are still very fast and I'm very bouncy and lively on my feet. So I'll be able to match him with that kind of style. If not, outdo him on it, I think. And then later down the line, when I start maybe catching him, I can then plant my feet and hit him with the hurtful shots.
Now I know that you're obviously looking at world title honours. This will make you, it's an eliminator for the WBC title, which is, it's kind of a...
that sounds class. That sounds good when you say that, and then next in line we fight for a world title. Like that's just that's my dream. We fight for a world title and win it and become world champion. So I'm so excited. Like just I've trained all my life for this next sort of 12 months. You know, it's I just need to make my dream become a reality. Can't wait.
Going back to Scotland with such a vociferous support, if the time comes, when the time comes that you're challenging for world honours, does it matter to you whether it's in Scotland or you have to travel for it, because you can't always have things on your own?
No, definitely. I think I will probably have to travel for the world title. I think the winner of Ramirez and Progress, whoever that is, I think I may have to travel for it, and I don't mind it. I quite like going away. I quite like the experience of going away and training and being in a camp. I love it. I love being away and also experiencing new places as well. So it's brilliant. Takes less pressure. There's less expectation and less pressure with the home crowd and family being there. You get to go and enjoy it a bit more. So yes, I don't mind travelling. No.
Now, I think it's fair to say that you're...
But when I win it, then come back and fight, defend it in Scotland, maybe at Edinburgh Castle or Easter Road or in the Hydro. You know, so these three locations would be brilliant.
They're not bad, that big homecoming. That sounds good, doesn't it?
Yeah. Imagine. I can just imagine the Edinburgh Castle all lit up at night, the Esplanade all lit up, and boxing ring right in the middle in the stands on the Esplanade of the castle. Man, that would be just iconic, man. That would be a one-off. That would be a dream come true. That would be absolutely amazing.
You've thought this through, haven't you?
Oh, it would be brilliant. I've thought about it and dreamt it for so long. That would be absolutely brilliant. To do that would be just icing on the cake. I could then sail off into the sunset if I'd done that and won it. I could then just go.
No, you've got loads more to do.
I could just go. I'd be so happy. You know, that'd be the icing on the cake. I'd love that.
I think it'd be one of those moments. I know. Tony Bellew, who we'll actually come on to in a little bit, talks about his fight with Ilunga Makabu. Even though he beat David Hay, and that's quote unquote the bigger win, he'll never forget the Ilunga Makabu. So that's kind of in front of his home fans.
I'm so proud out in the Everton ground and all that. That's been his dream, and he's realised that dream. And again, he says, "I don't think you'll be able to beat that experience." And I know what he's saying. I can relate to that, definitely.